leadership book right now. And as I said in the history piece, the quote from Carter G. Woodson about, again, knowing your biography as well as your personal history. This leadership book is actually based on the life of my late uncle. It was my favorite uncle. That passed away almost a year ago. And he was a Vietnam veteran, Airborne Ranger, kind of overall tough guy. But he was also like a father figure for me. So those who read the other book, know that whole story. But we used to have a lot of discussions about leadership. And after he retired from the Army, he went back to our hometown county. He chaired the board of supervisors, and every meeting he could go to, he went to, because he wanted to make a difference in his hometown. He had many options when he retired, but sometimes you choose home. And that's when he said somebody needs to be in charge. They may not like what you're doing, but there was work to be done. So I often sought his counsel, as I was, dealing with, that very challenging, situation. So you can count on him being, certainly being there. You call him day or night, but he would be honest and forthright. He knew all of the players well enough to not cast blame or anything, but he was like, you got some business you need to take care of. So that was in the works. That will probably be ready in January. And because I do leadership development work for a living, so certainly blending in some aspects of my work. As I say, I'm doing a kind of a kitchen sink approach. I mean, I got a lot of stuff, so just finding a place to fit it. So that's January, and then I mentioned that I would press on. Yes. In his honor. So the working title for that one is called, his nickname was Hardcore in the family because looks like he was a tough guy. So it's Hardcore Leadership. 11 master lessons from my Airborne Ranger uncle's last jump.
Wow.
So I spearheaded his memorial service, and so we talked last. I knew everything that was going on, so I've been reaching out to his Army buddies, past generals he worked for, certainly in the county, some of his, managers and board members and things. So everyone's just giving me wonderful feedback about, his stance on being a visionary, and that, a lot of things just boil down to good leadership. I mean, even in the family, like a lot of the conversations we had, particularly in the last